So on my auxes right now, let's work on our auxes.
Monitor.
I'm gonna turn the master down, and now I get nothing, right? Auxes, auxes and buses can work one of two ways. What's called pre-fader and post-fader, right? These two terminologies are really important because they can totally, mess up your rhythm in your mix. Pre-fader means the fader, that channel is sent to the bus before it goes through the fader, okay? So basically the only thing that really have an effect on it will be the gain and the EQ and the compressions and settings and all that kind of stuff, the processing, okay? So how it works is your signal comes in, goes to the preamp. From the preamp, it goes through your processing. From your processing, it goes to the channel fader. Okay, after the channel fader, then it goes to your master bus or whatever other buses you want to assign it to, okay? So if it goes pre-fader, that means no matter what level my fader is set to, it will have no effect on how much of it is arriving at that particular bus, a particular aux end, okay? This board says aux. Their buses, a lot of higher end boards don't say auxes, they actually just say bus because it's just a bus. All right, so, and how do I change that bus to work pre-fader or post-fader? So on my aux mixes, you'll see you'll have solo, you'll have post, select, and mix. So on my aux, I can say, you know what? I want this to work post-fader. I want it to work after the fader. So I turn post on. Now, all the channels I send to there will work post-fader. If I adjust anything on the fader, it's going to adjust the send to that. Now, that's good for effects, right? Because you want the amount of effects to be controlled by the fader. If I turn her mic up, I want more of her reverb to go through the system. I want the reverb and the delay and everything else to go together with her vocal, right? If I did it pre-fader and I turn her volume up, I get, and I calibrate my effects that way, it sounds great. All of a sudden I turn her volume down and all I hear are just effects. Why? Because I have it pre-fader. I didn't do it post-fader. So the channel is not affecting the amount of level that's being sent to that device, to that effect.
And that's why it's a bus, right? Because it has all those linked to that one.
Yep. So let's adjust. Let's turn this off. Normally, all the auxes are pre-fader. Okay, that's how they're set. That's why they only have a post on it. So it's either pre when it's not lit and it's post when it's lit. So all the aux ends are all set to pre-fader. Okay, except for the effects. You'll see they're all on post. All right, and you want to make sure they're on post. Okay. If you turn post off and it's pre-fader, then no matter what I do to my fader, the effects are going to be the same amount of volume, and I don't want that. I want the effects to go up and down with the amount of volume I'm giving that particular channel into the system. So those always stay on post. All right, so we've adjusted our channel, we got a good level, etc., etc. Now we're going to turn our bus, our aux mix up to unison, all right, which is pretty much a 0 point, our starting point. So you turn it up to unison, all right. Obviously, your amps and everything and monitors are all on. Now I can grab my microphone and start testing. The best way to test monitors is to kill the mains. You kill the mains so you can actually hear what's coming through the monitors, and you want to make sure that you're not blaring the monitors, okay? Because a lot of times singers will be singing and they'll be like, I can't hear myself in my monitor, I can't hear myself in my monitor. Meanwhile, their monitors are blasting because you had the main still on, and everything else was coming through. Like all the guitars and everything was playing at the same time, and they're not sure. So in order to get a good mix, make sure you're giving them the right amount of level. Kill the mains, so everybody shut up, and adjust that mix. Okay. Now we're gonna adjust the aux ends. Right. We've killed our master, and in order to send to that bus or to that aux end, you hit the mix, control mix. Okay. And then now each channel strip above each channel will adjust the amount of volume that goes to that particular bus. Okay, so now we're back to all the faders. As you can see, all the faders are down. right? I have my monitors at unison. I hit my mix button, so now I can adjust how much volume I want in the monitors. Each knob above each channel strip will control the send to that monitor. So channel 1, as you can see, I'm adjusting the amount of level. Check, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And I can get a decent amount of level without doing a whole lot here, because monitors are pretty loud. So check 1, 2, 1, 2, hey, 1, 2. Alright, that's a lot. So I can just either dial this down a bit, or I could just, turn my master down a little bit if I wanted to, but usually just leave that there. Check, hey, 1, 2, 1, 2, hey, 1, 2. Check, cool. Now, if you were up there on stage, you'll notice that the monitors sound a little muddy, it's not a little bassy, I can tell from here. You can actually EQ the monitors too, that's actually very, very important. You can hit select on the aux end, and then adjust parameters on the EQ. So if I wanted to, I can add a low cut, hey, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 to the monitors, so that actually will have a little bit more of an effect on it. So.
But you EQ the entire monitor, not each channel.
You tune, yeah, that monitor mix.
Got it.
All right, so back to the mix control here, and then I adjust all my channels as I see fit and as I want them to, and I have a good mix on that, and I'm done with that. I'll move over to my next mix. Now I've adjusted that mix. Now I'll kill this mix, and I'll turn this one up. Now I can start adjusting this monitor mix, and only hear that monitor mix.
Question.
And since I made sure that when I first made the mix, I had it at unison, I know that if I turn this all the way down and I bring this back up to unison, it's going to be exactly where I had it before. Okay. Unfortunately, this part of the board is analog, so you have to do this whole trick here. One thing I wish they had on this board is just a mute button for mixes. It will just make life so much easier.
Turn it all the way down.
Yeah, it's the only way to really kill it. So, hey, check 1, 2, 1, 2. Same thing.
So when they say mute the monitors, you have to turn that down all the way.
Exactly. So, what did I do? Select, yep, same thing in this monitor. If I wanted to add a little cut on it, I can add a little cut to it. EQ it if that monitor has the certain frequencies in that monitor are hotter, I can just dial it down without having to adjust the EQ on the mic. I can adjust the EQ on the monitors. It's really important. And now I'm going to show you what happens if I turn the mix as a post fader mix. So now it's on post, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now if I adjust this, you see that it affects the mix, right? And on a monitor mix, you don't want that. You want to just be able to know what I set to that mix is what I set to that mix, and that's it. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Turn it off. Now this doesn't have any bearing on that. All right, and that's that. One thing I forgot to cover when we were over here, I kind of got distracted, was when you hit select on the assign side of this, we have this channel assigned to go straight to the main, to the master EQ. If I wanted to, and the way we do this on Sundays is, we can group all these certain channels together so that we can adjust them all together at one time and mute them faster on the subgroups, yeah. So if I wanted to...
Subgroup, it's not subwoofer.
No.
Okay.
Yes, that's what the sub 1s through 4 is, their subgroups. Okay, so if I say, for example, now I take the main on this channel, I hit main and I turn it off. All right, let me kill the monitors here. Sorry, just ball tapped. So I'm in the mains right now. Turn the volume up here. I'm up in the mains. Now I'm going to take a channel out of the mains. Now I'm not in the mains anymore. I'm going to put them in subgroup 1. 1, 2, 3, and my subgroup 1 is off. So I'm going to turn it on, 1, 2, 3. I'm still not getting anything. Why is that? I have to tell this subgroup that I want it to go to the master, to the main. Now I turn it on the main, and now I have them control.
I'd have been so pissed for a long time if that would happen to me.
So you just hit select on
I selected that channel.
on the subgroup.
Yep, because you have to tell that subgroup where you want it to go to.
You want it to go to the main.
It's a bus. Remember, it's another bus. So now you've put everybody on this bus. Now you got to tell them where you want them to get to. I want you guys to go to the master, to go to the main. Okay,
Okay, and there you go. And now, you're gonna set there, ta-da. Now I can control 4 or 5 microphones with one, you know. Say I wanna put, on bigger consoles, you would have all the background vocals on one, and you'd have your lead singer on a different one, and then you'd have, your instruments, here we usually put the drums on 2, the band on 3, not including the keys, and then keys, put them on 4. And now I can control my entire mix by these 4 channels. Say, what, I want a little more of the band. I want a little more drums, the drum solo coming up, I'll turn the band down a little bit, give the drum up a little bit, bring it back down after I'm done. I can make all those parameters, so I can do, this whole thing,
So when all of the, let's say you have all the vocals on one and the vocals aren't at the same level, the bus will just take them how they are, right, and move them? Not like move them all to one volume and then move them down?
That's all the same.
You have to
It keeps the same.
You have to set your levels first, right? You keep your,
the way we usually do is you keep your bus to 0, right? You make your mix to go to that bus. So you got a good sound for all your vocals. Cool, they're all going to that bus. Now, as I jump up and down this bus, they'll all go up and down together at whatever level you set exactly. So if you're hotter in the mix than Will is, you'll always be hotter in the mix than Willis because that's how I made you. When I turn the bus up and down, it'll just turn it all together that way.